Hey guys, welcome to the Creative Arena. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this card hover animation effect like a pro on Elementor. Now, at the end of this tutorial, we're going to create a card that looks like this. And then when you hover on it, you have this wonderful effect. Hover on it, you have this wonderful effect. You hover on it and you can see. And also on its normal state, it looks like it has layers at the back. You can see the layers here. I'm going to show you how to go about achieving this. Now, mind you, if you're using the Elementor free version, you can achieve this easily. And if you're using the pro version, you can also achieve this easily. And it's responsive on all devices. And we can check that out by coming over here using our live simulator, seeing how it looks on tablet. You can see working on tablet, even on mobile. It looks great. You can see the wonderful layer effect at the back. You can see it. And when you hover, you now have this effect like this. So without further delay, let's dive in and get started. In our Elementor editing screen, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on this plus icon here. Select the flexbox container, then I'll select the structure here. Come over here for the minimal height. I'll change the uniform pixel to VH and give it a value of 100. Then I'll come over, justify content to the center, align item to the center. Then I'm just going to come over to our element area and then select the container widget. Now for this widget, for reference purposes, I'm just going to call this one card container. And then for this card container, I'm going to come over to the width, change the uniform percentage to pixel and give it a value of 300. Then I'm going to come over here, still on this card, come over to our widget area and then select another container within it. Now for this container that is added within this card container, I'm going to call this container our content container. Okay, so now for the content container, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over to the style option. And then for the background, I'm going to give you the temporal background color, which is going to be this red color. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here to the border radius and give you the border radius of 20 pixel all around. Then I'll go to the advanced settings. For the padding, I'm going to give it a padding of 25 pixel all around. Then I'll come back to our element area and then add the icon widget. So just search for the icon widget and drag it and drop it here. Then I'm going to come over for the view. I'm going to set it to stacked. Go to the style option and tweak it a little bit. Alignment, I'll set it to the left. Now for the secondary color, I'm going to set it to white. Then for the primary color, I'm going to set it to white as well. However, I'm going to reduce the opacity so we now have something like this so that it blends well with whatever background color our content container has. Okay, so now that I've done that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the size and reduce the size to 40 pixel. Then I'll come back to our element area and select the heading widget and drop it right below. Now for the HTML tag, I'm going to set it to either H3 or H4 depending on whatever you want. For this is just for SEO purposes. So I'm going to call this our app development. So we're just building a service card. In your case, you can build whatever you want to build depending on the project you're working on. So I'm just going to come over to the style option. Now for the typography, I change the font family if you want, but I'm going to use the default font family. And then for the font size, I'm going to come over here, set the unit to REM and give it a value of 1.4 REM and then give the weight to 600 semi-bold. Then I'm going to come over here to the color and give it a color white. All right, then I'll go back to our element area and drag the text editor and drop it right below. Go to the style option and tweak it a little bit by giving it the color of white. All right, so basically now have something that looks like this. Is just a simple card. You can tweak this card with whatever content you want in your case. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to come over here and then let's check for the responsiveness. For tablets, let's come over here. For the card, let's reduce the width to 280 pixel. And then for the mobile, let's come over here and then give it a width of 250 pixel. And then for the icon size, let's reduce the icon size to 35 pixel. Okay, we can reduce the font size if you want, but it looks great to me. So we're done with that. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna come over here and then I'm going to add a CSS class to the various containers so that when we apply our CSS code, it's going to take effect instantly. So for the card container, I'm going to go to the advanced settings, come over here to where we have the CSS class. And I'm going to give it a CSS class value of TCA card. Then I'll come over to the content, go to the advanced settings and give it the CSS class of TCA content. All right, great. So now we've done that. The next thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to come over to this parent container here. Come over to this parent container here. Go to the advanced settings and come down here to the custom CSS. Mind you, this feature is only available on the Elementor Pro. However, if you're using the Elementor free version, you can also achieve this wonderful card. And I'm going to show you how to do that before the end of this video. So make sure you watch this video to the end. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to come over here to our code editor. This is the code I've written down. I'm just going to copy the code. Not to worry about this code. It's going to be made available on the comment section for free, so you can just copy it and use it on whatever project you're working on. So I'll come back here and then I'm going to paste our code here. So you can see now that our code has taken effect. However, this color here, this base color here is not the color we want. And remember, when I was adding the color, I called it a temporal color. So I'm just going to come over to the content color. Content, go to the style option, and then for this background color here, I'm just going to clear it. Now we now have the desired color. So we now have this. So when you hover, you now have something like this. And then we not hovering, you can see the card looks like it has layers at the back. And then when you hover, you have this beautiful effect. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to come over here to this card. Then I'm going to duplicate it and duplicate it again. So when I have 3 of the cards, then I'll go to the parent container here. Then I'm going to come over to the layout, come down to where we have the gaps. I'll give it a gap of 60 pixels. So now there is now enough gap between the cards. So where you hover, you have this wonderful effect like that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is still, now that we've added more, let's check for the responsiveness to see how it appears on tablet. Now it doesn't look great on tablet. So to fix it, it's really simple to do. Still on this parent container here, we're just going to come over here, and for the wrap, we are here under the layouts. Then we'll come over to the wrap and just set it to wrap. So we'll now have this. Then finally, we're going to go to the advanced settings and give it a padding of 100 pixels all around. Then unlink this. Now to the left, set it to 20 pixels. To the right, set it to 20 pixels. So you now have this like that. And nothing is lapping each other. Nothing is overlapping, as you can see. All right, so now let's check it out on mobile. Now on mobile, we have it working pretty well on mobile as well. Okay, so now let's go back to our desktop view and let's come over to the code so that I can show you how you can tweak the code easily. So now here on the parent container, we'll come down to where we have the custom CSS code. We added the code. Now we're just going to come over here. Let's drag this here. So now you can see this section here, the root. Here, we will have color 1, color 2, and color 3. Now, color 1 is the base color, this thick pink here, this pink color here. Then color 2 is the color that is following the base color in this layered format. And this second color here is the color 2. And then the last color that is a bit transparent is the color 3. Okay, so now in the situation where you want to change this color, you want to have something that looks like this with this effect, this color variation effect that just suits design. To do it easily, I can show you how I was able to achieve mine easily without using any color schema. Still here on the Elementor, we can just come over to this container here, and then we just come over to the background type here, and then let's give it a background color. Now take for instance, you want to set this color here to, you want to use pink red color. So you just drag the color here to where we have the red. Now you're going to copy this out here, and then you're going to come over here. Let's say let's use our text editor. Now we call this one color 1, and then we're just going to paste the color. Now while we're still on this red color here, the next thing we're going to do here is to get our variation, the second variation color, that's color 2. We're just going to drag this here, straight line to here. To, let's say we're okay with this. Then we'll copy this out. I will come over here. I'll call this one color 2. Then we'll paste it. Now color 3 for color 3. We're going to come over here. Still here, we just need to drag this little further so that it's lighter than the previous one. And then we just copy this color out here, and then we'll paste it here. Now we're just going to come back here. Let's just clear this color out. Okay. And then let's come back here to our advanced settings, come down to where we have the custom CSS. Now for our color 1, we're just going to open up our text editor, copy what we'll now have as our color 1, and just copy it out. And then we're going to paste it here, come back here, copy the color 2, and then we're going to paste it on color 2, and you see. And then we'll copy the color 3, and then we're going to paste it here as our color 3. You can see now you now have this wonderful color that suits this red color, unlike the pink we previously had. Okay, so now this is it. So you can just follow this method and then you select whatever color you want and go about using it to design it to suit whatever project you're working on. Now, for those that are using the Elementor free version, now in order for you to be able to achieve this easily, all you're just going to do is, what we're going to do here is I'm just going to come over here and then I'm going to click on publish. Okay, now we're going to preview this on our live website. Now we can see this is what we have here. Now, what we're going to do here is to go back here to our editor. Take for instance, we don't have the Elementor Pro version. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut this out. However, make sure you've designed everything you want for your card and added all the various features just like I've done here, and have that temporal color to see what you're doing. So now I'm just going to cut out this color, this CSS code here. Now you can see it is vanished here. Now I'm just going to publish this. Now come over to our preview. You can see it is here, but we can't see it. So what we're going to do here is just going to click on the customize. And then we're going to come over to have the additional CSS. And then we'll just come over to the bottom here and give some space and then paste our code. And you can see it's now showing, working perfectly here. And then we just click on publish. And then we will exit. We now have this wonderful responsive card here. Okay, so that's pretty much it about this tutorial. If you've learned something new from this tutorial, remember to give this video a thumbs up. If you are new to our channel, remember to hit the subscribe button on the bell icon so you get notified first when I drop a new video. Feel free to drop your comment wherever you're confused or have any suggestion. I'll do well to attend to as much as I can. But for now, bye bye.